Temperatures warm well into the mid and upper 90s for a Monday afternoon. Just a pop-up shower or storm possible. We'll increase that shower and storm chance a bit. Still scattered, though, as we go toward the remainder of the work week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
With 5 area locations, Desco is your go-to resource for electrical supplies. Albemarle, Mooresville, Salisbury, Statesville, and Lexington. No matter where the job takes you, you're sure to be close to a Desco. Shop now at DescoInc.com.
Start your day at 228 West Broad Street in downtown Statesville by visiting The Local Collective and their home to 40-plus local makers under one roof for all your gift-giving needs. Mention this ad during the month of July and enjoy a free gift. Visit thelocalcollectivenc.com.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Commissioner Edwin Quarles. Welcome to Thrive Here Live in Huntersville. Today we have an excellent, exciting show set up for you. We have Commissioner LaToya Rivers, who is with the Town of Huntersville. Commissioner Rivers is also seeking her second term as town commissioner.
Wow.
We also, look at that. And we also have Miss Heidi Karant. She is with 210 Collective.
Yes.
We have some information to share with you all in the listening land today, and it's going to be a wonderful show.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
What makes you excited?
Oh, man. I mean, first of all, being here with you, this is unprecedented, right?
Absolutely.
So 2 commissioners at the same time hosting. Who does that but the 2 rebels on the board?
Well, you just said that correctly. And Miss Heidi, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's a great day today.
Why?
Well, I'm here with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to just I'm excited to hear about your exciting day and to share with you about what we have coming up with 210 Collective.
Yes.
There's a lot going on in this town. We
know.
have 210 Collective. We have things going on with Commissioner Rivers that we'll talk about later on. And then I want to blend in, there's a pillar in our town, Mr. David Beatty. I'm going to make sure
Absolutely.
that we blend in some things about Mr. Beatty doing this show. But Commissioner Rivers, you're an icon.
Oh,
But you're so modest, you don't like to talk about yourself.
I don't.
You don't,
I
but
don't.
you're on the show with me tonight, or today.
I see.
So I'm going to ask you, tell us about you. This is like a job interview.
I see.
If this is a job interview, tell us in listener land about Commissioner LaToya Rivers.
Okay. Well, first of all, I am very modest. Born and raised in the Huntersville area. Before there was an exit 25, there was just a little stoplight and that was blinking and you cross over and you were in Cornelius. That is how long I have been here, born and raised. I'm 5th generation native here in the town of Huntersville. Let's see. Oh, wow. I have 2 daughters. I'm a single mother of 2 beautiful daughters. One is 22, one is 12. I know I look great
You do?
to have a 22-year-old, right? And I am also a glam mother, and I call myself a glam mother of a 1-year-old, actually. So,
Congratulations.
yes, thank you, thank you. She has came and stolen everyone's hearts. I have a bachelor's degree from North Carolina A&T State
Oh,
University.
my God.
Political science was my major, and I have a master's with public administration from Strayer University. A lot of people don't know that. And I don't really like to talk about myself a lot because I feel like I allow my work to speak for itself.
Good deal.
And so when you have people or critics that say, oh, she thinks it's all about her, yeah, that's totally false because I never brag or boast or really talk about me. I just do the work because I know that with my work and my actions, that speaks for me.
Right.
Started a nonprofit organization with 2 other ladies in the community, Stephanie Brown and Rachel Swift. We started Pottstown Heritage Group. Once I became commissioner, I stepped down so that it would not be a conflict of interest. But the Pottstown Heritage Group was created to provide resources to encourage and educate our residents about the value of land, estate planning, revitalizing the community, preserving the community. So that was an important piece, and that was critical. And so that's what led me to run for commissioner because The Pottstown community has been in existence for 150 years. Well, there has been no representation from the Pottstown community. And so therefore, it was my duty and it was up to me to be the voice, to be the one to step up and have a seat at the table. And so that's the reason why I ran for commissioner. And so far, I can say it's been an amazing journey. And what I can say is that I love the staff. I love our board. We have a board that listens. This is the most transparent board. I think they have been out in the community so much. I feel like they are like residents in the community. So I will say that we have been blessed to have I have been blessed to have some amazing colleagues that work alongside me with this work. So thank you.
That is good. I want to say, not just because you're my colleague, and like a sister to me, but you have done a remarkable job. And I'm going to have some questions later on, just so the listening audience can understand all that you've done. I think they will be impressed.
Well, thank you.
And I think once they hear this, your reelection will be easy.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
and I think you've done a lot of work too. I think you're being very modest, but we'll touch on that.
Okay. All right. I told you, it's not about me, it's about the people. So
It's about everybody.
I hear you. Okay. Well, Miss Heidi, I don't want to leave you out.
That's right.
Tell us about Heidi Karant. And then after that, we're going to go into 210 Collective.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm, let's see. Where do I start? I am married to my husband. We've been married for 27 years.
Oh,
Wow.
congratulations.
And we have 3 grown daughters that
Ooh.
they're grown and like kind of flown, like one of them's real flown and then the other 2 like fly and then they come back.
Oh, I get it.
So
Totally.
It's
Get
a little
that.
bit back and forth. So I've got my 2 younger daughters are living at home with us now, but they will go back to school in the fall.
Okay.
So we're like empty nesters.
Oh, I'm jealous.
It's fun.
I'm so jealous.
It's our best era, perhaps.
I don't know if my 21-year-old daughter is listening to this, but if not, I'm going to send her the clip to this. I want to walk around the house just with my shirt off.
I'm not really doing that, but I am we're really enjoying empty nesting. It's super fun. Girls, if you're listening, we really love you and you can come back in the summers.
That is true.
I'm also a pediatric occupational therapist. I've practiced for 27 years, mostly in early intervention and also in the schools. I think my favorite role working in the schools was kind of a life skills class that I taught with 8 individuals, and they were high school students, and they were awesome. Like some of my favorite people, and gave me a real heart for like that next step, that sort of transition into adulthood. Like I really enjoyed working with the babies and working in families' homes and helping them kind of problem solve and receive diagnoses and like help them walk through that. But then when I moved to kind of the other end of pediatrics with young adults, I really loved that. And I really loved kind of thinking through that transition of like what's next for them, which was what brings us to 210 Collective, because there was just this gaping hole there.
Excellent segue. Then tell us about 210 Collective.
Okay, so 210 Collective is a vocational community for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And when I say vocational community, there are some places for adults after they transition out of high school, but our program is going to be purposeful, and we're going to create products and sell them in the community. So our individuals will come and they will spend 4 days. It's a 4-day week program, and they'll come and create products. Our fall product line is hand soap and room spray and shower steamers and bath salts. So kind of a bath line product that we'll create, and then we'll sell them in the community. So our citizens, our participants, we call citizens, will have that like dignity and value of creating something and then going into a shop and seeing the thing that they created.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's very awesome.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to wrap up and take a quick break.
Okay.
We have to pay some bills.
Yeah, we do.
And after we pay these bills, I want to ask you a little bit more about who are the citizens of 210 Collective.
All right.
So you in Radio Land, just stay tight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Thrive Here Live in Huntersville.
We'll be back with more after this on WSIC 105.9, 100.7, 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Well, Chantal finally moving away from the Carolinas after a grayer, cooler, and soggy Sunday. We're kicking off a new work week, dry and hot. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures warm well into the mid and upper 90s for a Monday afternoon. Just a pop-up shower or storm possible. We'll increase that shower and storm chance a bit. Still scattered, though, as we go toward the remainder of the work week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Thursday, July 10th, the Langtree Live Outdoor Concert Series returns. Groove Skeletons make their Langtree debut. In 2024, they finished second in the Battle of the Bands and now bring their indie rock and fun stage presence to Exit 31 off I-77. Groove Skeletons play at 7 p.m. on Thursday in Mooresville at Langtree Live. Friday night at Brookdale Village in Huntersville is Live Under the Oaks. The Village stage welcomes the music of Joseph Gallo. Gallo is a pop and rock artist whose performance will get you to sing and dance along. Grab your lawn chairs and your blankets for the free show on the plaza. Brookdale restaurants will be open for dinner, and Red Rocks will be on site at the stage for beverages. We'll see you Friday night at 6 p.m. for the Joseph Gallo Show at Brookdale Village in Huntersville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday with a performance by Caleb Davis. Davis is a graduate of the Berklee College of Music and plays his original songs and covers many genres from the 40s to today. Don't miss this 6 p.m. show. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on entertainment, food, beverages, and tea times. Bin 110 in Cornelius has live music Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Pluto for Planet Duo plays on Thursday, July 10th. John Sullivan on Friday, and Hey Ladies on Saturday. Bin 110 offers a large selection of whiskeys, wines, cocktails, and small plates. Drinks, eats, and live music are yours at Bin 110 this weekend. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series is at Charlotte Motor Speedway for round number 8 on Tuesday, July 15th, when Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts get in free. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information on the Summer Shootout and other 2025 events. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Every child deserves a safe, nurturing home, and every parent deserves support. Barrow's Parenting empowers families across the Lake Norman region with the tools, guidance, and care they need to thrive. Through education and resilience-building programs, they're breaking cycles and creating brighter tomorrows. Lake Norman Woman is proud to support and recognize Barrow's Parenting as one of the nonprofit organizations impacting our community at the Lake Norman Woman of the Year Gala presented by Optimed, because strong families build strong communities.
At Huntington Learning Center in Huntersville, it's not just tutoring, it's transformations. Summer programs K-8 offer $600 off for 30 hours and $900 off for 45. Limited spots. Enroll now. Military test prep too. Trusted, proven, personal. Visit huntingtonhelps.com.
All right, we're back with more from the Town of Huntersville on WSIC 105.9, 100.7, 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Welcome back. Again, I am Commissioner Edwin Quarles, Commissioner of the Town of Huntersville. This morning we have with us Commissioner LaToya Rivers, who is with the Town of Huntersville herself. Commissioner Rivers is also seeking her second term as commissioner. And we also have Ms. Heidi Karant with 210 Collective. Before we go into who are the citizens of 210 Collective, I want you all in Radio Land to just know that Mr. David Beatty will be having his 22nd barbershop anniversary on July 20th from 3 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. If you don't know Mr. Beatty, you might want to get to know Mr. Beatty. He's a pillar in the community. If you want information, if you want to have a Bible session, if you just want someone to talk to, or someone to just give you a shirt off his back, Mr. David Beatty in this community, I salute that man for all that he's done. But again, on July 20th, from 3 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m., go out to Beatty's Barbershop. He's going to have antique cars out there. He's going to have all types of fun events. But if you want to grow your business, or if you want someone to know about your business, go to Mr. Beatty's Barbershop on July 20th from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m.
And if you don't mind, Commissioner Quarles, I just want to make a plug about Mr. Beatty. Mr. Beatty actually graduated from Torrance Lido High School.
Yes.
which is an historic high school in the Pottstown community. So he is very well connected to
Yes,
the
he is.
Huntersville community, even though he grew up in Cornelius.
Yes.
So I am very proud of him to be a small business owner that's located in the town of Huntersville and has been thriving for 22 years. That speaks volumes.
You know, I was at his barbershop, not getting a haircut. Okay, jokes. Okay. This past weekend, and Mr. Beatty, there's a food truck on the outside. Well, when someone needs to use the restroom, where do they go? At that place, he will allow them to come into his barbershop, use the food, use the restroom, wash their hands. His clientele is diverse. You would not know when someone walking in that is a man who just cuts anyone's hair, laugh and joke. But he's been a mentor for a lot of people. So when you talk about diversity, down the earth, man. So again, I salute that man. I respect him. And if you want someone to know about your business, go by there, introduce yourself, shake his hands, and you'll walk out there a different person.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to go meet him.
Absolutely. Remember, July 20th from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. He will make you a happy young lady.
Absolutely.
And
He has
speaking
a
of
lot of wisdom and knowledge.
Absolutely, he does.
Yes.
And speaking of happy, we're talking about citizens.
Yes.
And you serve the citizens in your town of Huntersville. But 210 Collective have citizens.
Yes.
Who are the citizens of
Well, we
210
call the
Collective?
participants in our program citizens because we feel like that just speaks to their value and their dignity and their place in this community that we're creating. And so we feel like citizens is the best term that we use. So our citizens are just adults of any age. We'll take anyone from 18 to 99 or over.
That's good.
And so just individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities who oftentimes really don't have a place that are like a consistent employment. The unemployment rate for individuals with disabilities is very high.
Yes.
And lots of times, families who, I said I'm an empty nester. Our kids are mostly launched, and families who have individuals with special needs, oftentimes when they graduate from high school, rather than having the space to like imagine a nonprofit like I've been able to do, oftentimes they have to quit their jobs or really pull back in their own careers because they're home with their loved one, or maybe their loved one has a job, but it's like 2 hours a week. Or 2 hours, 2 times a week at Harris Teeter, one of these places who are so wonderful about employing individuals, but it's not typically a full day. And so it just can be really hard to like manage that and figure out what's next.
Yeah.
So we offer a full 4-day-a-week program for individuals. So we're really excited about it. I'm excited to meet all our citizens.
I'm excited as well. Commissioner Rivers.
Well, I had a question
for
for Ms. Heidi. And so I know that you spoke about, them creating like a soap line, right? Or
that's our fall.
That's the fall
line.
product. Okay. Now, do they get paid for this?
Yes.
So
that's a great
how does the
question.
compensation work?
Yes. So our individuals will come and they'll work and they'll get a paycheck for their work. And so they get paid for the hours that they're working for us and with us. And so we have to, there's a balance there. We have to be careful because families get help, Medicaid and Social Security and disability.
Absolutely.
And so we want to make sure we certainly don't reach that cap. So we're trying to be careful with that because, we want to be careful with that. So it's not a giant paycheck, but it's a paycheck and a way to speak to the dignity and to the value of the work that they're creating.
Which also helps to teach them independence and teach them how to have like a bank account and go into the bank and handle that. So that's awesome. That speaks volumes. And I can relate to that in a sense of I have a family member who has Down syndrome. And so throughout the course of high school, he went to UNC Charlotte where they did a program, a vocational program. But it was like once that program was over, it was like, okay, what's next?
Right.
You know what I mean? And now he's 25 and he's doing great. But that would be a great program for him to even embark on, to just be like, oh, like I did this. Like, this, like I have my own paycheck and, So that's commendable, and I'm gonna have to get your information
Okay.
offline
Well, and I think
so
there's
we
a
can
lot
discuss
of
further.
value being able to like walk into a shop in, a local shop and say, "Hey, I made that.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
product that I
mine.
made."
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's being
And our
featured and
products
sold.
are fantastic. They're
Yes.
really lovely products that aren't something that you're going to buy like, "Oh, that's a sweet program. We'll buy that product." I mean, they're really excellent products. So,
Well, when we first met, I shared with you when you gave your stump speech.
Mhm.
I really wanted to get to know you and offered you to come onto the show because I believed in what you were saying with your stump speech. And after this show, I want to make sure that we can build a wonderful bond, whatever Commissioner Rivers and or myself can do to help and be a partner. Everything is built in relationships.
That's
I
And I just
really
really
appreciate
want
it. Thank
to,
you so much.
I
It was
really
so
want to
kind
give
of you
back.
to
Yes.
come up and invite me to this.
But this is how we are and who
I
we
love
are.
it.
And
I love it.
this is where we joke all the
All
time
the
too.
time. All the
And the key is, in what we do, we can't let someone stress us out.
Mm-mm.
And if you have a tough moment, you never show that.
Mm.
You have to be okay. I'm a leader. I'm here to serve. And what we want to do is serve and help 210 Collective.
Thank you. I love that.
Speaking of serving,
Yes.
Commissioner Rivers, look, you are completing your first term as
Really
Commissioner in
trying to put me
Huntersville.
on the
I know,
hot
yeah.
seat
Well,
today.
hey, it's
You're doing a
about
good
you.
job,
That's
though.
okay. I
I'm
can't wait.
proud of you.
Because the roles are gonna switch. But go ahead, brother.
Did you learn anything in your first term? And if so, what did you learn?
You know what I learned, honestly. So when I came into this, first of all, I I didn't just walk into it. Okay, I said no 3 times. I was asked 3 times, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, are y'all crazy? I don't even know what I'm doing. And so I'm a Christian, and so I do not want to
Amen.
offend anyone. However, I always give my credit where credit is due, and that is to God.
Amen.
And
Mhm.
so this position was ordained and orchestrated all by God. So I serve with purpose and I
Yes.
serve with integrity. But when I came, it was my goal to not just be up there and just sitting, but I actually wanted to learn. And so I'll never forget, like, after like month 2, my mom was like, why are you so quiet up there? Like, you're not just vocal and you're not. And I was like, because what I'm learning is the best way to learn is to observe.
Correct.
And as I'm observing, that is how I'm learning and I'm retaining and I'm understanding. And I'm able to lean on the expertise of our staff because we have incredible staff members who work tirelessly and they know this from the front of their hand to the back of their hand. They know this. And so I'm learning to lean on the expertise of them, but also too the residents, the importance of the residents. It doesn't matter if they want to meet with you about talking about a trash can issue. Their issues are important to them.
100%.
They're important to us. And so we have to take all of our residents into consideration and really understand, that they're there to support us, but we're also there to support them.
So basically, you learn how to govern.
How to govern.
And what we've experienced is you've had boards in the past.
Mhm.
They did not collaborate.
Mhm.
They didn't work well together.
Mhm.
And we have a board meeting.
Mhm.
It's all chaos from the dais.
Yes.
That is not how you govern.
Mhm.
We're here to serve the people.
Mhm.
And one thing I can say about you and my colleagues, we communicate.
We do.
We meet with developers. We meet with attorneys. We meet with the residents. We meet with staff.
Yes.
So we can be prepared when we
Yes.
have a board meeting.
Absolutely.
And we've been accused of being scripted.
Of course.
It's not scripted. We are prepared.
Mhm.
We're prepared to do what the people have charged us to do. And I love when you said that, how we have a great staff. These are college graduates who are experts in what they do. We lean on them.
Mhm.
And even if they bring us something, we know to ask questions.
Ask questions.
If it sounds fishy, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. We're going to ask those questions. And I just want to salute you for just your leadership. You are phenomenal. And
Well,
again,
thank
you do
you.
sit back and you observe, but my goodness, man, when you ask certain questions, people know that you are a prepared young lady.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And likewise, I mean, first of all, we'll have to tell the story when we come back because I think the time is coming and we're getting ready to go into commercial. But Commissioner Quarles and I, we weren't always this in sync. We had a little bumpy ride in the beginning, and It was
I
like
might need to hear
instantly.
this story.
Take us to commercial.
All right, so we're gonna go to commercial break, and when we come back, Commissioner Quarles and myself, we're gonna take you on a ride on a journey of Commissioner Rivers and Commissioner Quarles.
It'll be fun. We'll be right back with Thrive here in Huntersville.
Thank you.
SIC 1059 100.7 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Well, Chantal finally moving away from the Carolinas after a grayer, cooler, and soggy Sunday. We're kicking off the new work week dry and hot. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures warm well into the mid and upper 90s for a Monday afternoon. Just a pop-up shower or storm possible. We'll increase that shower and storm chance a bit. Still scattered, though, as we go toward the remainder of the work week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Are you sick of running out of hot water? Whether it's in the middle of a shower or doing dishes, cold water's never fun. Say goodbye to those surprises with a Rinnai tankless water heater from GMV Energy. This energy-efficient propane-powered solution heats water instantly, so you'll never run out again. Plus, it saves money and frees up space. Propane models start at just $295 after rebates. Visit any G&B Energy location or gbenergy.com to learn more.
Yeehaw for rodeo season at Harrison's, the home of work, western, and wow. Whether you compete or cheer from the stands, Harrison has the looks to help you wow the crowd. Get western classics and the latest styles from Harriet, Cinch, Rock and Roll Denim, and Wrangler. Find us in Mooresville.
Take your life by the reins and let the horses at Willow Equine heal and empower you. Located in Mooresville, our services help with trauma, anxiety, depression, and addiction. Love life again. Visit willowequine.com today.
Get ready, baseball fans. The Harbor Hippos are here to make a splash this summer. Catch the action starting May 30th at Huntersville Athletic Park. Season, group, or single tickets are now available. Head over to www.harborhippos.com to get your tickets and gear today. Don't miss out.
Who is this? This is 1059 100.7.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Tesla is taking a tumble on Wall Street today, shares falling 7% as traders fear CEO Elon Musk's fresh political entanglements. This follows a weekend announcement by Musk on X that he's going ahead and forming a new political party, the America Party. Tesla shareholders are worried it will siphon Musk's attention from his companies again and could reignite customer backlash. If you're car shopping and an EV is something you'd consider that right now might be the best time to get one. The just-passed tax and spending bill will end EV tax credits amounting to thousands in savings per car at the end of September. And citing Cox Automotive data, Dow Jones says dealers afraid of getting stuck with inventory are slapping incentives to move them off the lots, in many cases making them far cheaper than their gas-powered counterparts. Fresh worry over tariffs ahead of a Wednesday trade deal deadline is pulling on stocks so far today. Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500, each losing roughly 0.5%. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, we're back with more from the Town of Huntersville on WSIC 1059 100.7 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Welcome back with Thrive here live in Huntersville. I'm Commissioner Edwin Quarles, and this morning I have with me Commissioner LaToya Rivers, who is also with the Town of Huntersville. Commissioner Rivers is also seeking her second term for commissioner. And then we have Miss Heidi Karant with 210 Collective. As I shared with you earlier, we have an exciting show. I have put some plugs in for Mr. David Beatty, who is having his 22nd year anniversary for his barbershop on July 20th from 3 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. And if you want to know about the community, you want to know about or get your business out there, Mr. Beatty is the person you want to meet. He's going to have some fancy antique cars out there and a lot of fun things for the community. It's going to be a lot of people in that area. So if you're traveling on Sunday, July 20th, between 3 o'clock p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m., if you're not going to Beatty's Barbershop, you might want to detour because there's going to be a lot of people out there. Absolutely. And before we went to break, Commissioner Rivers had to go there. She was talking about when we first ran for commissioner in 2023. she and I did not get along.
Did not. We did not.
We did not. We were oil and water.
I was like, who is this cocky brother coming up to me? Like, who you think he is? Like, promise you, we had a meeting. We were out and we were campaigning, of course, and we were at, what was it, 760?
760.
And Commissioner Quarles, he comes up and he was like, oh, by the way, he was like, hey, how are you? I was like, I'm good. How are you? And he was like, I'm good. He was like, I just want you to know, like, I told people about you. And I was like, what? Like, who does he think he is? Like, who is this man thinking like he runs the town of Huntersville? Like, no, he not. I'm 5th generation native up in this piece. Like, who is he? Mind you, let me say this. His wife and I have worked together for the past 20 years. And when I say she is the most beautiful person,
that's so
inside and out, like, I love her deep. And I was like, ain't no way she married to this cocky brother right here. I was like, I'm going to have to call Sherry because, sis, like, wait, where you get him from? Because clearly, but when we both got elected, and it's funny too, because his cousin is my pastor.
Amen.
And our churches are like, we gather together, we worship together. And it was important for people. First of all, we made history by sweeping the entire board. But to see a united front. And I will say this, and I'm saying this humbly, and I'm saying this from the heart. It has been noted and documented throughout the years that, you know, in the African American community, sometimes you don't always see that unity. And so to see it amongst the board and to see us have one another's back, I think it has been so where I'm just like, who talking about him? Like, and he's like, calm down, sis. Now it's like, calm down, sis. Like, you can't attack everybody. You can't go. And I'm like, okay, I have to be mindful. Like, but at the same time, I'm like, that's my brother. That's my family, you know? So I have to protect him the same way he protects me. And so even when we're out and we may not even be together, you know, it's the thing of, have you spoken to Commissioner Quarles? You know, like, he recently and I'm so proud of him because one of his major initiatives has been to have an office to serve veterans in the Northern District. Mm-hmm. He has fought tirelessly and he has garnered the support and has received approval for that. And that is huge. So I am so proud of you for that.
Thank you so much.
That's great. And I can see the friendship between the two of you. From the outside, just walking in, I can see it. So you've clearly mended the fences.
We are super tight. We're so tight where, you know, it's like multiple candidates running for this position.
Yes.
But when I see Commissioner Rivers post something, whether it's on her re-elect LaToya Rivers or Commissioner Rivers, or Toya Rivers, I repost it or I like it, and vice versa. Absolutely. We're in the community. We speak highly of each other. Again, that's how tight we are. And no, we did not get along when we first started, but no one can come between the two of us. We're like this white inside this cup, right? We're that tight. Yeah. We're really sisters and brothers. Yeah. And her mom, I love some Edwin.
Yeah, he got her. Like she's like rap. Like she's like, oh my God. Like he came to my church. I didn't know. And she came home like, because we literally live like right across the street from the church. And she came and she was like, oh my God, you got a surprise at the church. And I was like, who? And then I walk in and I'm like, oh, it's just Edwin. And she was like, you know, she is like excited. And I'm like, Ma, like that is just Edwin. Like I just seen him the other day. And she was like, well, he surprised you. I was like, he came for the service. But yes, but she was just, that's her boy. That is her guy. Like she loves Commissioner Quarles. So
well, that's some exciting stuff going on later on.
Absolutely, we do.
You're signing up for re-election today.
So are you?
Today.
I am.
Yep.
I am at 3:00 p.m.
At 3:00 p.m.
Yes.
We're going.
I didn't know I was coming on a radio show on such a big day for
Oh yes, it's huge. You're special. You're special.
Like it.
Big nonprofit organization.
Yes.
On Mr. Beatty's coming up to his big event.
That's it.
On a big day for us.
Oh, it's exciting.
And you know what you're doing too? I think the most important thing is that you are creating a space for entrepreneurship. And it has always been a conversation between myself and Commissioner Quarles about pushing and acknowledging small businesses and getting them prepared, for what's to come. And then starting, just with initiatives with your nonprofit of 210 Collective, that is something that once the citizens have completed is, they can evolve into that next level of entrepreneurship.
Definitely. And our program isn't really designed necessarily to complete. Like we can keep citizens for as long as they want to stay, but certainly they can learn skills and learn, I think also develop the confidence and that peer relationship, because that's another thing that's really important is our citizens don't often have, after they graduate from high school, right? They have 5 days a week of peers that they've been to school with, sometimes for, 13 or more years. And then when high school ends, sometimes that peer group ends. And so we really want to create that as well. And so our citizens will stay with us as long as that is working for everyone. But of course, after, if they decide that it's just like an employer, if they decide that this is the time to move to a different place, I feel like they'll take those skills of, like you said, entrepreneurship, that confidence and peers with them and the ability to work. It's a full day program. And so we won't be working the whole time.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of fun happening.
I'm sure. It seems like it. Heidi, you seem like a fun person. Like you do.
We're going to have fun. I keep saying, I think we're going to be the most joyful place in Lake Norman.
Okay. I love that.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
Why did you choose the Lake Norman area?
Well, I live in Davidson. We've lived in the Lake Norman area for 22 years now. And so for me, personally, that's where I wanted. This is the community that I love, the community that I care about. The students that I've had have been in this area. And so that's part of the reason. The other part is there are really not a lot of services for individuals with special needs in the northern part of the county.
That is true.
At all. And in Iredell. And there's just not a lot. So there's some things that are down in Charlotte, but our individuals don't want to drive that far. So we're offering something that there's not a lot of options up in this area.
And saying that, then what makes your program different than other day centers?
Well, like I said, we're definitely creating products. And so there's a lot of purpose in what we're doing. And so our individuals will come and they'll work together. And what we really want is kind of that interability, right? Like, so maybe one citizen has skills in one area that another one doesn't. And so they'll be able to help one another and say, like, maybe someone has a little bit more fine motor skills and someone has some more cognitive concerns, and they can help one another and be that interability and help, just that dependence together. So
now 210 Collective is an interesting name. Can you tell us about that? How did 210 Collective evolve? Where did the name come from?
So 210 Collective comes from a Bible verse in Ephesians 2:10 that says, "We are God's workmanship created for good works." And so our basic tenets are that we believe that everyone was created in the image of God and that everyone was created for purposeful work. And so that is what makes us different, is that we are offering this purposeful work that at the end of the day, we can say, like, this was hard work that you did and you have a created product.
Wow.
And so that's really
I love
important.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what did you guys meet?
So we will meet. So we haven't opened our doors. We open on September 8th.
Oh, wow. Okay. I hope we get an invitation.
Okay.
Like, we have
Okay.
to get
I
an
don't know what
invitation.
our opening day is going to look like, but let me think on that. But you will. You guys.
Okay.
We're going to hold
friends
you to
now.
that.
Thank
We're
you.
friends now.
We're
This is happening.
friends. Listen.
And so we'll open on September 8th at Story Hill Church in Davidson.
Okay.
Okay.
And so
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm throwing pens.
you
I'm
are
excited.
throwing. That's okay.
Listen.
That's okay.
In addition to paying for commercials, I'm going to pay for some ink pens now.
To damage to the room.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
So we'll be able to serve, because that's the north part of it's Davidson is so far north. In Mecklenburg, I definitely can see us being able to serve Iredell County and Mecklenburg County. And so I think we will be able to draw from individuals up in Mooresville, Davidson, Lake Norman, just all of the Lake Norman area.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm ready to open the doors. The work that we're doing right now is a lot, just laying a lot of groundwork. And I told you on the break, a little bit of spreadsheets.
Listen,
It's
I
not my
understand.
favorite.
I get it.
But I'm ready for our citizens to arrive and to just, I'm so excited.
Well, I'm excited for you too, but I'm also excited to go to commercial break. As I said, we have to pay some bills.
Yeah, we do. I gotta pay
So
for that
we're
pen.
going to come back.
I know.
Radio Land, don't go in the place. Those who are watching live, don't go in the place. We'll be right back with Thrive Here Live in the town of Huntersville.
Okay.
All right.
Sit tight. We'll be back with more after this on WSIC 1059 100.7 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Well, Chantal finally moving away from the Carolinas after a grayer, cooler, and soggy Sunday. We're kicking off the new work week dry and hot. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures warm well into the mid and upper 90s for a Monday afternoon. Just a pop-up shower or storm possible. We'll increase that shower and storm chance a bit. Still scattered, though, as we go toward the remainder of the work week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Thursday, July 10th, the Langtree Live Outdoor Concert Series returns. Groove Skeletons make their Langtree debut. In 2024, they finished second in the Battle of the Bands and now bring their indie rock and fun stage presence to Exit 31 off I-77. Groove Skeletons play at 7 p.m. on Thursday in Mooresville at Langtree Live. Friday night at Birkdale Village in Huntersville is Live Under the Oaks. The Village stage welcomes the music of Joseph Gallo. Gallo is a pop and rock artist whose performance will get you to sing and dance along. Grab your lawn chairs and your blankets for the free show on the plaza. Birkdale restaurants will be open for dinner, and Red Rocks will be on site at the stage for beverages. We'll see you Friday night at 6 p.m. for the Joseph Gallo Show at Birkdale Village in Huntersville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday with a performance by Caleb Davis. Davis is a graduate of the Berklee College of Music and plays his original songs and covers many genres from the 40s to today. Don't miss this 6 p.m. show. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on entertainment, food, beverages, and tea times. Bin 110 in Cornelius has live music Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Pluto for Planet Duo plays on Thursday, July 10th. John Sullivan on Friday, and Hey Ladies on Saturday. Bin 110 offers a large selection of whiskeys, wines, cocktails, and small plates. Drinks, eats, and live music are yours at Bin 110 this weekend. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series is at Charlotte Motor Speedway for round number 8 on Tuesday, July 15th, when Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts get in free. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for more information on the Summer Shootout and other 2025 events. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
This summer, give your child the edge at Huntington Learning Center in Huntersville. Our K-8 summer program builds skills, confidence, and motivation. Get $600 off for 30 hours and $900 off for 45. Spots are limited. Also offering military test prep. Visit huntingtonhelps.com.
All right, we're back with more from the town of Huntersville on WSIC 1059 100.7 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Welcome back with Thrive Here Live in Huntersville. I am Commissioner Edwin Quarles, and this morning we have with us Commissioner LaToya Rivers, who is with the town of Huntersville herself. And we know that Commissioner Rivers is seeking her second term as commissioner. And we have Miss Heidi Karant with 210 Collective. We've learned so much about 210 Collective. Very impressed with the nonprofit organization, wishing them the extreme best. And I learned a lot about where 210 Collective came from. And you're sitting here with two Christians, and then you hit us with a Bible verse. So you have really knocked it out of the park
Divine
today.
purpose.
Yes,
I
yes,
believe
yes.
this was divine purpose.
And then I'm throwing those plugs for Mr. David Beatty, who is celebrating his 22nd barbershop anniversary on July the 20th from 3 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. And again, that's going to be antique cars out there. There's going to be a lot of people. And if you aren't going to Beatty's Barbershop on July 20th, which is a Sunday from 3 to 7, you might want a detour because there's going to be a lot of people giving him the respect and the love and giving him his flowers because that man has been a pillar in the community. You can go in there and laugh and joke, have a good time, and anything you want, Mr. David Beatty is probably the answer for you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Commissioner Rivers, I know we don't have much time, and I got to get this out there for you. You are a fifth-generation native in Huntersville. And as a commissioner, you constantly hear, excuse me, development, growth. Being a fifth generation native, how do you feel when you hear someone say that? And since you were born and raised, and if a person moved here to say that, how does it make you feel?
Well, when you talk about growth, you have to put everything in perspective, right? So the town of Huntersville, we are growing vastly. I mean, it is huge, going from 6,600 people to now 66,000, close to 70,000 people. And we are the fastest municipality within the Mecklenburg County area that is growing. So what I had to learn, because I had to let go of a childhood treasure, which was Cashins. And people laughed at me, but that was like really like heartbreaking because as a child, that's what I remember. But what you have to keep in perspective is that the town of Huntersville is growing. We're evolving. And the same way that at the time, I have a hat and it says Exit 23. And so if you're born here, raised here, you know that when people talked about the town of Huntersville, it was Exit 23, born and raised, right? So when Exit 25 came about, it was like, oh, wait, we have like a whole nother area of where we can branch off to. But at the same time, are we going to be accepted there? You know what I mean? And so as we're growing and evolving, we have to keep in mind that there are going to be many changes. But and of course, we still want to keep the charm of Huntersville, but at the same time, we have to be mindful that, you know, change is inevitable.
Amen.
It has to happen.
Yes.
But we have to be smart and strategic at the same time. When we make decisions about development projects, we keep in mind of what can we gain? You know, I'm a big proponent of affordable housing, workforce housing, you know, because I want to be able to, you know, work here, play here, live here, you know, raise my family here. We have a lot of our staff that would love to live here and work here. They can't afford it, you know. So that is one of the major push that I am definitely standing on, trying to create some opportunities for workforce housing to come into play. So when we have development projects that come in, we're asking, hey, well, you know, have you considered affordable housing? What does that look like for your project? Are you able to provide that to the town of Huntersville? Because that is an initiative that we would like to see. And I think this board has been very vocal about it. And I appreciate them for standing behind me and supporting me in that initiative, because that not only is it my initiative, but I think it's the entire board's initiative as well, to ensure that we have our civil servants that are able to reside here. A lot of times people get confused about what affordable housing looks like, what residents look like. You know, you have the stigma of affordable housing,
Really
it's the
bad
ghetto, it's the projects, and that's not true. You know, you have social workers like myself. You have those that are nurses. You have the firemen. You have your police officers. So, and you want those people around you because they are protecting your communities. You want them to be able to live in your communities as well. So that is, you know, that is how I feel when we talk about development and growth and creating and making sure that everyone is able to live in a more diverse town of Huntersville.
What many people fail to realize, when you can bring in workforce housing and keep more people in your town, it helps you with your taxes.
Absolutely.
You don't have the police officer driving home to where they live at, and that's fuel. You have people spending more money in your town. And one thing about Huntersville, of the top 25 municipalities in the state as far as growth,
we are the lowest.
the town of Huntersville has the lowest personal property tax in the state.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And
even with the increase.
absolutely. And so again, people are going to talk about, oh, they raised taxes. No, we invested in our community.
That's it.
But we still have the lowest in the state.
Mm-hmm.
That's phenomenal.
In the top 25 municipalities.
And they fail to realize, what have you gotten with that increase?
Well, let's
You
talk
protected,
about it.
but
We're
I'm not going to make
protected.
this a political
We're not going to make
stump
it
speech.
political, but
during commercial, you had some great conversation with Heidi.
yes.
You had some great questions. I'm going to let you take the floor and just go for it.
So I know that you spoke on 210 Collective opening up. The doors will open on September 8th.
Right.
And so I want to talk about it, like the application process. So
Right.
what does that look like?
So we don't have an application on our website because we want families to come and reach out. And so families can reach out to us if you feel like you have an individual who might benefit from this program. Families can reach out to us at info@210collective.org. And then we'll connect and kind of help families decide, because we're not the right program for everyone. We're not the right fit for everyone. We hope that we're the right fit for 8 individuals to start. And then hopefully we will grow. But we're asking that our individuals, our families, or the citizens be able to tolerate a 1-to-8 learning ratio. We will never be a 1-to-8 ratio. We'll always be at least 1-to-4, probably closer to 1-to-3, depending on our volunteer base, what that looks like. And so we want families to reach out and kind of start that process. We have an admissions advisory board that's helping us go through applications and decide if the families if that's a right fit. I mean, we're really creating a community for the families as well. So we really want families involved in what we're doing.
And so if someone like myself or that's listening, I hope y'all are listening in Radio Land, where can we find out information about 210 Collective?
Yeah. So our website is 210collective.org. You can also follow us on our Instagram, which is 210 Collective LKN. And that sometimes has a little bit more updated information on there. But yeah, you can find us there. Awesome. And if you're interested in volunteering, when we open we have a volunteer training coming up. And so we need families to be able to, or we need individuals to come and be trained, and if they want to come and work with citizens, but we will be very dependent on our volunteers.
We've learned a lot about 210 Collective, and I'm super excited that my colleague and sister is filing for re-election today. But we have a few minutes, but I have a special question for both of you.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Okay. Here it goes.
Tell the listening audience, it doesn't have to be too personal, one little known fact about yourself that you didn't say when I asked you to tell me who you are. I'll start with you, Heidi.
Oh, I knew you were going to start with me. So, a little known fact about me. You didn't prep me for this.
I cheat for you. I cheat.
Okay.
I have not had a pain-free day since the mid-90s.
Oh.
I served in Desert Storm. I have a lot of internal disabilities. So I walk around looking like a normal Joe, but I have a lot of internal problems that cause pain. And I wear a tennis unit on my forehead when I have migraines, but that's the little known fact about me. Haven't had a pain-free day in many years.
That is I would not have known that about you. I don't know if I have a great little known fact about me. My little known fact is currently right now, my family and I got a gym membership, and we're supposed to be going every day. And the little known fact is we got the gym membership and we've only gone once.
Oh, wow.
So family, if you're listening, you gotta go. That's my little known fact, is that we're really trying to have like a healthier summer, and we haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Is that a little known fact, or is that my confession? That's my
that's a little known fact and confession. So that's
family.
2 in 1.
Absolutely. Commissioner Rivers.
Okay. Well, I got 3 for y'all. Okay. Because I was thinking, okay, number 1, since you brought up fitness, I love Box Fit every Monday and Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 at HFFA. Come get it in with me. My trainer, Larika Knox, is amazing. I feel like Rocky Balboa when I'm in the ring. So yes.
Maybe I need to shift over to there.
Come on to Huntersville Family Fitness and Aquatic Center. And another one is when I was a child, I had an issue with speaking. So when I would speak, I was very hoarse. My vocal cords, I had a polyp on my vocal cords. So when I would talk, my vocal cords wouldn't touch, so I wouldn't get a lot of sounds. I would be very hoarse. I had a corrective surgery, 4th grade, and went through speech pathology and was able to gain sound. So I use my platform to be a voice for the voiceless.
Amen.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. And finally, but lastly, my guilty pleasure is Love Island. So all of you who love Love Island, we got to get some watch parties in the Cornelius, Davidson, Huntersville area.
If I comment, I'm going to lose my board card.
Listen, they have Love Island watch parties, and I got to find one. So that's it.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today. Again, we had Commissioner LaToya Rivers with the Town of Huntersville and Miss Heidi Karant with 210 Collective. We've learned a lot.
Yes.
Our listener audience, I'm pretty sure they were very impressed. Again, remember Mr. David Beatty on July 20th
Yes.
from 3 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you so
Thrive
much.
Here live in the town of Huntersville.
Woohoo!
All right.
Serving you better than ever before. 1059 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville,